Well, yes, it turns out that Harry lied when he said that he made a donation to children in need. The £1 million actually did not come from Harry, and this is already a scandal that is blowing up. Together with the real plans that Harry and Meghan have using their children as media shields in their upcoming return to the UK for the Invictus Games, which we already know is in free fall. But the truth is that Meghan wants to meet with two very specific people in the UK, as you're about to find out. But before we address how Harry was trying to gaslight the public into thinking that he had made an actual donation, I want to show you this picture and ask you the usual question. What do you think is the body language here? Or the dog body language more specifically? Because this is something that we have already done other times. We know that dogs just know when something is not right. And in this case, it's not only that the doggy is turning its head away from the gingerbread, something that could happen at any second, and that's what the camera captured. But it's in fact the tension in the dog's body, like he doesn't want to be near Harry. Maybe the dog doesn't like the smell of weed, and that is understandable. But let's talk about the real scandal. Prince Harry's £1.1 million donation to children in need did not come from his personal wealth. Okay, this is 2022 all over again, only that instead of being Amber Heard lying about donating money, now it's the gingerbread. And as per JB News, the substantial sum actually originated from the Glenn Beck Foundation, a charitable entity holding funds inherited from his late mother, Princess Diana. When the donation was announced, sources indicated the money came, quote, from his own money rather than his actual organization. However, the funds were neither derived from the Duke's commercial partnerships nor from proceeds of his memoir, Spare. Instead, every penny traced back to charitable assets established through Diana's philanthropic work. I mean, is there anything real about these people? We have fake friends, fake projects, fake food, fake donations for children in need. What's next? Because when we talk about fake, we also needed to talk about how they are using their children as public relations shields. And first we had a donation for children in need, and now we have the article's children themselves. And this one is very easy to read. You have Harry and Meghan coming to the UK. You know this is going to be way worse than the Australia tour in the sense that there is going to be absolutely zero people waiting for them. But this is how Meghan is going to handle it. Remember when Meghan said that she had been relentlessly attacked by the media over and over again, and she was a real victim of aggressions which were just words, that she could just close the laptop, as I have suggested her through many years now? Well, this time she has planned something different, and she's going to say, and this is her plan, that her children are under attack. There are vicious people online saying things like the children don't exist or they are AI generated. You name it. That's the kind of stuff that you sign up for when you have cultivated worldwide infamy. Now, I am truly sorry for their children. No child should go through that. But sadly, everyone usually has to carry with the burden of the mistakes of the past generation. But there's a silver lining to this. Online attacks are not really attacks. Same way with herself. Meghan can just close the laptop and that's it. And if there were actual threats, well, you just have to report those to Scotland Yard. Harry still has some leverage in that regard, so any online crazies can be dealt with quite quickly. After all, dealing with online disturbances is something that the UK police is already specialized in. But do you remember that Harry has this lawsuit in which he wants international protection for himself and his family? That's when the children are also useful. Any threats that he receives any stuff that crazy people post online is actually helping Harry move that case. I wouldn't say build that case because that case is essentially over. Harry just prefers to keep paying attorneys instead of, making actual donations to children in need. So again, it's very easy to spot the pattern in which children is the motive that Harry and Meghan are hiding behind. But then you could ask, why bother? Why go to the UK at all? Well, I told you that Meghan had covert intentions about this trip. That is absolutely not about Invictus, because we know that Invictus has a scandal of its own, but this most likely has to do with talking to Bill Scott Kerr, the guy who was one of the main pillars at Penguin Random House when publishing Spare. You might remember that Meghan still has the book itch that she wants to scratch in one way or another, and nothing like a trip to the UK to convince this guy that Meghan's upcoming book about her story could be a bestseller. The other guy involved is Tom Weldon, who, as CEO of Penguin Random House UK, was also heavily involved in the publishing of Spare in one of the book's main markets. Now, you might also be asking, why bother with the UK? If Meghan is looking for a worldwide bestseller, then why go to Penguin Random House UK and not globally or any other publisher in the UK? Well, there are two reasons. The first one is that they already have experience working with these people, which even if we can imagine that working with Meghan, who was the main writer of Spare, would have been a horrible experience, it was an experience nonetheless. Believe it or not, it helps. The second reason is that they still need the UK connection because any credibility or interests or fame, if you want to call it, come not from the abominations that Meghan concocts for her As Ever brand, but still from the royal family. So at the very least, she needs, at the very minimum, for the tabloids to have at least an idea or breadcrumb that Meghan has been talking to Penguin Random House UK. That way, you kill two birds with a stone. You pitch the idea to the public that Meghan is still interested in writing her own memoir, and you refresh the image of Harry and Meghan in the UK near the royal family in the public discourse. Remember all the times that the gingerbread has tried to reconnect with his father, which I think it's just another PR move orchestrated by Meghan? My only gripe with this plan is that they are using the concept of children, including their own, as a way to keep their brands alive. Or to be more exact, Meghan's brand alive. Whether that works or not remains to be seen. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.